In the final edited version, there'll be a couple of times when I've put little subtitles that say the definitions of words. That's not an insult to anyone's intelligence or anything like that. I just know that I have a couple of foreign friends who will be watching this video and they might not know a couple of the words. So that's just to help them kind of, understand a bit better. That's all. Hi there guys. This is a little philosophical thought that I had going around my head and I wanted to just share this. I wanted to voice my thoughts basically, because it's something that's been buzzing around my head the past couple of days and it's nice to just talk and get it out in the air. So that's what I'm going to do. So the thing I want to talk about is, do we really have choice? Now, half of you or more or whatever has immediately said, yes, of course we do. We're self-aware. We can just choose things. That's what we can do. That's part of why we are human. And I would agree. But what I want to talk about, and this isn't to say I've got a particular opinion or anything, this is just a thought that's been going around my head and I want to show you two sides of the coin, so to speak. Do we have a choice in our choices? What do I mean by that? Okay, so there are events that lead to other events, right? In order for you to be born, there had to have been a caveman who had a baby with a woman, and they had a baby, and they had a baby, and they had a baby, and so on and so forth, ad infinitum, up until the point of your birth. Now, the thing is, for all those things to happen that way is astronomically unlikely, because there are millions upon millions of variables. All it takes is for, let's go back a couple of hundred years, and let's say your great-granddad and great-grandmother met and fell in love. All it takes, for example, is potentially, and this is completely made up obviously, but all it takes is perhaps for your granddad to be, or great-granddad to be delayed by a few seconds by traffic or anything to that sort of effect, and then he never sees your great-grandmother, which means they never get together and have a baby, which then means you are never born. What am I getting at with this? Well, that is showing that events can and do lead to other events. Now, the thing that I'm trying to get at there is something happened because of something else, cause and effect. So as you grow up, you have a lot of experiences in your life and stuff like that. And you grow and become someone because of these experiences, these outside influences. Now, you don't get a say in those influences, and these will cause you to develop a certain mindset, and that's what will make you you. Now, knowing that, we can theorize that you will make a certain decision because of all these variables, of all these influences on you. Yes, you might get to make the actual decision, but you had no control over the mindset you had going into that decision, because your mindset is influenced by other sources, other events, everything in general. So do we really make a choice, or are our choices predetermined because of the experiences we've had? Now, that probably sounds like crazy talk to a lot of people, but I just want to get this out there because that's a thought that really, really interests me. And there are not many topics that do, but that is one of those things that really, really does interest me, because it's just like you stop and think and you go, hang on a second. Did I really choose to do this? I've had these things sort of happen to me, and that has led to me making this decision because of these things. For example, you might have been, let's go with a classic, a parent raising a child. Parent tells child, don't steal, that's bad. Right, simple as that. And as an outside influence, maybe that child grows up to be a teenager and they have some friends that happen to steal and whatnot, and they say, go on, do it. That's an outside influence, and the child then chooses to not steal because of what they've been told by their father. Now, the question I've got there is, did they really make a choice, or was their choice predetermined? Which leads to the other theory of how that everything ever that happens is just predetermined. Because if you really think about it, there is the potential, and again, I'm not saying this is fact, this is just a potential way of looking at it. There is the potential that everything is predetermined, because for X to happen, Y has to happen, and for Y to happen, Z has to happen, and so on and so forth, right? In order for me to, say, make this video, I have to make this choice to make the video. However, what leads up to that mindset of me wanting to make that choice, let's say education, I mean, there's obviously millions upon millions of factors, but let's just say education for the sake of simplicity, right? We'll keep it in a microcosm. We'll keep it as simple as we possibly can. Let's say because of my education, that has led to me wanting to make this video to talk about this topic. That's not really me making a choice, is one way of looking at it. That's influences on me, causing me to do something. Now, there is, of course, again, the other side of the coin where you could just say, yeah, but you have actually chosen to do that. And it really comes down to, is it our choice versus influences making us make a choice? I think that's really interesting, and there's probably a lot of people that are just laughing at me and thinking I'm just overthinking it, but I like to overthink some things because I just find it interesting. Anyway, I'm going to cut it short and keep it sweet, so I'll just do a little summary. We make choices because we have events that have led to us making the choices. We have effectively been forced into a choice by influences on us, or we make choices because we have free will. Maybe it's a combination of both, but it's one or the other. And I just think that a lot of people just think straight away that we have free will, which we may not. I mean, it might just be, it's possible that everything is just completely predetermined and that we don't actually choose, or that our choices are forced upon us. I think that's really interesting. See you next time.